Hey guys and gals, welcome to the channel. I've been talking about, snow removal for a couple of years now on the channel. And well, here next to the house, I've got a lot of gravel. It's about 100 and some feet of gravel, more back from this back shop to the front. And I've got an additional, chunk up front here. This little pad runs clear down the front, something like almost 4,000 square feet of concrete. Big world problems, I guess. Long story short, I've got those edge tamers, and I have that PVC pipe I've used many times before to push that snow over the last couple of years. But having a new paved surface adds new challenges. It still has that new concrete smell, so I would prefer to not scrape it all to crap, leave a bunch of scuff marks, and deal with all that. And so using the front bucket with those, the PVC pipe and the edge tamers really does help that and works well, but it just takes a long time. The bucket's only so big. It's a 54-inch bucket on the front of the tractor, and it just takes time. And when it's really cold outside, the last thing you want to be doing is sitting outside in the open cab for an hour cleaning the driveway. It takes several passes to get down this main straightaway here. And so, well, I was out shopping for Christmas presents and I stumbled upon this. This is a brand new 7-foot King Kutter blade. Now, in our area, there's a lot of Orschelns. Well, it was. Tractor Supply changed over names, and it's no longer Orschelns, it's now Tractor Supply. Well, they were trying to clear the books off of the inventory of their product. This $600, back blade was $299. It's brand new. Now, it's got a few nicks and scratches and bumps here and there, and, it's not perfect, but what would you expect? A lot of stuff is stored outside. It's how it ends up looking anyways. Made in the USA, which is nice, but like I said, here's a few things, from moving stuff around, bumps, nicks, down here in the blade, which is going to get nicked up anyways. One thing I did notice too when I was there is it maybe wasn't the best job from them of welding this together. But, we got a welder. We can spritz that up, and I got some Caterpillar yellow paint. We'll touch it up, and you'll never even know. Never even saw any ground. Nice little kickstand on it, which is pretty nice as well. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy off the trailer, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. It's really not much to it. Some tube steel and some molded steel. So anyways, let's get it off here. Let's get on the back of the tractor. This is a 7-foot blade. It's probably one size too large for my 26 horsepower tractor. I may have some horsepower problems when doing like heavier work with dirt and gravel, but the main purpose of this blade we move for snow removal. And I got some plans to replace the hardened edge with something that's not going to be so hard on the concrete surface. So let's go ahead and get this unloaded and fit it up to the back of the tractor. I like to fire it up. I like to fire it up. It feels so right. Fire it up. I like the smell of fresh diesel in the morning. Might let it sit there a little too long on the glow plugs, meaning get fuel in it. It's all right. dumb idea. Alrighty. Well, oh, it's on. I mean, what do you think? You know, it's a little bit wider than the tractor by about a 12 inches on each side, but it looks pretty good on max, I think. Now I do have the quick hitch receiver bushings coming. It'll help us down here push this back. I may have to adjust this top link piece a little bit, but it is quick hitch compatible, and that makes life a lot easier. And it's a ways out there on the tractor. This is only like 295 pounds, like some 300 pounds, something like that. I've got some clearance issues here, Clarence. I'm gonna have to adjust that. And what I mean by adjust is probably remove that top bolt for now. But when we do that, it'll allow it to drop the rest of the way down here, in here, or I might just cut that off so it's out of the way. Because I'm not going to use this with mine. I'm using a quick hitch compatible device. So we'll address that. A couple little tweaks we're going to have to do here. Not a big deal. For the price I paid for this, I'm not going to complain too much. Again, we got some spritzing up here to do. We're really worried about it. It's not going to be that big a deal, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this bad boy works. I'm going to back it over here and try moving a little bit of gravel with it and see what happens, honestly. Go ahead and adjust that a little bit. So at first glance, and for what my opinions are worth, it's a pretty nice little unit. Again, this is a King Kutter 7-foot blade. You know, she's not a small guy. And maybe, you know, I was planning on getting a 6-footer for the tractor, but when the price is right, a guy's not going to complain. Obviously, you know, you just saw me doing a little bit of gravel work over here. You know, it was doing just fine. You know, I had it in low gear and 4-wheel drive just to be safe, but it was pulling that gravel along like nothing. So I think it's going to work completely fine for snow. You know, that's going to be the assumption we're going to make here. Now we're going to do an upgrade. I got a cheap idea to change out this bottom blade for something that's maybe not so aggressive on the new driveway. It still has that new concrete smell, and I don't really want to, you know, ruin that quite yet. Again, you know, this is you can tell it's been sitting outside a little bit. It's been bumped and bruised around, but I couldn't even find a blade, you know, for less than $300 that was used, that was worth a crap. So, you know, we got a little bit of stuff to do to this one. Like I said, a couple of these spots, you know, at least take the sharp edge off, but we may as well go ahead and tack and clean that up. Clean up a couple of these welds that, you know, maybe a guy on Friday wasn't so happy with what he was doing, or maybe the robot was off that day. The welds are fine, but like I said, as we go along through this, and if something breaks, we got that Arccaptain welder to do some of that work with, so we'll spruce it up and fix it. But again, first impressions, it's built really heavy duty. You know, it's nice thick steel. It does, you know, the rotation stuff like it's supposed to. You know, the nice thing is you can bring it clear over here. You want to really get that snow out of the way, bring it clear over the 45-degree angle. And what's nice by doing that is I'm still outside this outside tire here, so I can really get that snow rolling off to one side, and it's still going to discharge it outside this tire on this side. Again, this wasn't the pin that came with it, but we're gonna make it work. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I do have those bushings coming soon. We'll make this more quick hitch compatible soon. So welcome to the family, the new King Kutter 7-foot spear scraper blade, grater blade, whatever you want to call it. You know, again, I said if I were doing this myself and was going to spend the money, I probably would get a 6-footer just because it's a little more manageable for the size. Usually you want to be able to cover the outside tires of the tractor, or somewhere in that about that. But you know, this is going to do the job. I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about. So when I got it rotated to 45, you'll see this outside blade just covers the outside of the wheel here. So we're going to catch any of the snow that, you know, we're driving by, and she's going to bring her clear out here on the side. Now if we just rotate this in one notch, come in one here to a little less aggressive of an angle, it's going to reach out just a little bit farther, and we're still going to discharge it out the side here. So we got the options, is what I'm trying to tell you guys, and a nice flexibility here. We'll get those bushings added onto these little fellers here, get this stuff adjusted, and we'll be back in good shape. If anything, if this thing's an entire complete waste of money, which it isn't, you know, it's going to be fine. That bottom, you know, scraper blade there, those are $150 new. So basically I got this welded steel together for, you know, I couldn't do this. So I know there's been some reviews on these that maybe they're not as strong as other ones, but we're going to put it to the test, see what happens. If something breaks, we're going to fix it. And I'm going to share that with you guys along the journey here. If anything, if this thing's an entire complete waste of money, which it isn't, you know, it's going to be fine. That bottom, you know, scraper blade there, those are $150 new. So basically I got this welded steel together for, you know, I couldn't do this. So I know there's been some reviews on these that maybe they're not as strong as other ones, but we're going to put it to the test, see what happens. If something breaks, we're going to fix it. And I'm going to share that with you guys along the journey here. If you guys enjoyed this short video, welcome home the new, you know, implement to the family, the spear blade I picked up at Tractor Supply, formerly Orscheln's at my location. And stay tuned for an upcoming video. We're going to look at some of the stuff in a little more detail and test it out. We got snow coming, and I'm going to show you guys the idea I got here to, you know, get rid of that hardened edge and maybe make it to where it was, you know, not so hard to not tear up the driveway. And maybe even something you can do to not affect your gravel, right? If you want to plow gravel and not get gravel clear everywhere in your yard. Hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, that's fine. But give me some feedback on what I can do to improve the channel here. The intention of this channel is for me to learn some of this stuff the hard way so you guys don't have to. and share my learning experiences along the way. You know, stuff's not cheap anymore. This was a good deal. Apparently there were 2 guys coming in after I bought it to try to pick up the blade, but I already paid for it and was on the way home to get this trailer to come back and pick it up and bring it home. Thanks for stopping in. Take care of one another. Until next time, I'll see ya.